My name's Brad Steele, and I've got a question for fans of the great Garth Brooks. His song, Unanswered Prayers. Does it still hold up?
Music from the old days takes me to a simpler place when it was just me and you.
Does it hold up, y'all? Yes, that's the question that we're asking today as we are here and we are going back and we're checking out music from past eras, from all genres, and we're asking ourselves, in the year 2023, does it still hold up today? And today we are looking at Garth Brooks, Unanswered Prayers. And this is one of his hits, of which he has many. But we're asking the question today, does it hold up? Let's find out. Some of my covers and original music are on the channel. I wish you check those out. I would appreciate that very much. Also, the red subscribe button is below if you'd be interested in clicking that. Garth, Unanswered Prayers. Let's do it. Live.
Just the other night at a hometown football game,
Yeah.
my wife and I ran
It's
into
like he's at the Opry.
my old high school flame. And as I introduced them, the past came back to me, and I couldn't help but think of the way things used to be.
Two things you notice right off the bat. Number one, just him and his guitar, man. I mean, there may be a band about to come in with him, but it's just something about that it just captures people. When it's just, you know, when you get quiet like that, everybody has to lean in to hear what you got to say. It's so powerful. And 35 seconds in, knowing, you know, most of that was, you know, the intro. I feel like I'm already invested in the story that he's telling. You know, he's set the scene. He's at the hometown football game. He's got his wife with him. He just ran into his old flame from high school. He's introducing the two. You're already feel invested in the whole thing.
And she was the one that I'd wanted for all time.
All the flash bulbs.
And each night I'd spend praying that God would make her mine. And if he'd only grant me this wish I wish back then, I'd never ask for anything again.
Ooh, that's good. We've all had those, you know. God, if you'll just give me this one. God, if you just give me this one, I'll never ask you for anything again. I'll never bother you again if you'll just give me this.
Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, and just because he doesn't answer, it doesn't mean he don't care. 'Cause some of God's greatest gifts
Oh, man.
are unanswered prayers.
Man, it makes you feel something, you know? It makes you feel something. That's the greatest thing that music can do. It's great to have a nice beat. It's great to have a nice melody that people can kind of dance to and, you know, bob their head to. But man, I'm a lyrics guy. I want something that's going to make me feel something right here. It's going to make me go, wow. And with just a verse and a chorus, he's already, like, he's painted the picture. It's like, man, I thought that's what I wanted. I thought that was the plan for my life, but his ways were better than mine. Amen.
She wasn't quite the angel that I remembered in my dreams. And I could tell the time had changed me. In her eyes too it seemed.
He's a master of that, man. You know how he like stopped after that first line? She was he like took that little pause before he kept going. I mean, it's those little things like that that just like get people on the edge of their seat, like, oh man, what's he talking about? What's he gonna say next?
We tried to talk about the old days. There wasn't much we could recall.
Yeah.
I guess the Lord knows what he's doing.
Yes.
After all.
Yes, he does.
And as she walked away, well, I looked at my wife, and then and there I thanked the good Lord for the gifts in my life. Sometimes I thank God.
This song's so well crafted in that, you know, it could venture over into being petty, right? Like, you could make it about, oh, thank God that I didn't end up with her because she turned out ugly. She turned out, you know, to be this horrible person. You could have very easily gone over into that kind of place with it. But instead, it's very graceful. It's very like, hey, wish her the best. Good for her. I hope her life's great. But man, I'm just thankful for what I got. I'm thankful for how things turned out for me. Man, that's so beautifully done.
For unanswered prayers, remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, that just because he doesn't answer, it doesn't mean he don't care. 'Cause some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered. Some of God's greatest gifts are all too often unanswered. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayer.
Yeah. I mean, just that whole performance, the way he was so scaled back with just him and the guitar, you know, it set the tone for the whole thing. I wonder if anybody can type in the comments and just say, you know, I'm glad that God didn't give me what I thought I wanted at the time. You know, there are so many times, whether it be somebody you thought you were going to marry, whether it be somebody that, you know, a job you thought you were going to land, or a place you thought you were going to go, or whatever, that you thought you knew what the plan was. You know, the old saying, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. Anybody out there that can just jump in them comments real quick and say, hey, I am very grateful for the times God did not give me what I wanted. Because I believe God, you know, as a believer myself, I believe God does answer all of our prayers. But I think we all know what Garth meant here is that sometimes he has another plan. Sometimes he says no. Sometimes he says wait. Sometimes he says yes. But sometimes he says no. And, you know, you got to trust him. You got to trust him that he knows what's best. So the question doesn't hold up. Absolutely. That's a message that I think everybody can latch onto. I think probably everybody watching this has had times in their life where they thought they knew. I have. I thought I knew. Oh, God, if you'll just give me this person, if you just give me this job, if you just give me this or give me that, if you just give me this house or give me this car, that way, I'll never ask you for anything again, God, please. He said, no, got something else. Got something else. Got something better for you. And that's a message, you know, that's when not just country music, but music in general is at its best when there are lyrics that you can hear and say, oh, that's me. That's me. I can find myself all up in the middle of those lyrics right there. And that's, I mean, this guy right here especially, song after song after song after song. Why do you think he is like the top selling Billboard music artist of all time? The reason why is because he just has these songs that people can just find themselves in, man. They find themselves in the middle of it. So yes, it absolutely holds up. Thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to check out some of my covers and original music and the red subscribe button. Thank you guys. Take it in. Soak it up. Bye.